Hello! 21st March marks World Poetry Day, celebrating the power of verse across cultures. सुनिएगा, हम सूखे दरख्त नहीं, गुलाब हैं। दिन चढ़ेगा तो फिर से खिल जाएंगे। माफ कर देंगे, मगर याद सब रखेंगे। और तुमसे जो बिछड़े तो खुद से मिल जाएंगे. As we celebrate cinema, we also honor the poets who have infused it with soul, like Sahir Ludhianvi, Gulzar, Ramdhari Singh Dinkar, Amrita Pritam, Javed Akhtar, and the like. I'm Atika Farooqui. This is now showing, and here we celebrate cinema. Let's start the celebration with the highlights. Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot live their respective Disney dreams as Snow White and the Evil Queen. Does Mark Webb's live-action film do justice to the Disney classic? We tell you. No punches, just dialogues. John Abraham speaks about his latest release, The Diplomat, inspired by the unsung heroics of real-life diplomat J.D. Singh. We also speak about his sports league and United Nations ambassador for refugees. And as Bhumi Pednekar goes to Harvard to learn more about live cinema and the responsibilities of artists, we speak to Bhumi, who reminds us why women need equal opportunities as men in cinema and life. So let's start the show with something that you have been eagerly awaiting. Disney's latest live-action remake, Snow White, directed by Mark Webb from The Amazing Spider-Man, arrives burdened by years of controversy and cultural discourse. The film attempts to reimagine the 1937 animated classic for modern audiences, infusing it with new themes, expanded character arcs, and a few original songs. However, what should have been a fresh and meaningful update feels more like an exercise in corporate branding gymnastics, straining to be relevant while ultimately coming across as uninspired. Rachel Zegler stars as Snow White, a princess whose father is mysteriously absent, leaving her stepmother, the Evil Queen, played by Gal Gadot, to rule the kingdom. Unlike the passive damsel of the original, this Snow White is positioned as a young woman struggling to understand how to challenge the Queen's rule. But instead of a compelling character arc, what we get is a protagonist who spends much of the film hesitating, as though unsure of whether to embrace rebellion or remain an institutionalist. The film reworks the love story, replacing the traditional Prince Charming with Jonathan Andre Burnett, a Robin Hoodesque rebel who taunts Snow White for her privilege before loading her toward a vague idea of resistance. This shift theoretically offers a modern, self-reliant heroine, but instead plays out like a novel trope, where a naive, sheltered girl is radicalized by a brooding outsider. While there is potential in a Snow White who actively fights for her kingdom, the film never fully commits to this reinvention. The Evil Queen, meanwhile, is disappointingly one note. Gadot delivers a performance so stiff and exaggerated that it nearly becomes unintentionally entertaining. But the character lacks depth. Unlike the chilling menace of the 1937 version, this queen is merely an over-the-top villain who indulges in luxury while letting her enemies bicker among themselves. Despite its reported high budget, Snow White suffers from uninspired production design. The film leans into an artificial, theme park-like aesthetic, plasticky sets, overly polished CGI creatures, and costumes that look straight out of a Disney gift shop. The dwarves, or what remains of them, are particularly strange, appearing as animated figurines that never quite fit into the live-action world around them. Rather than immersing audiences in a fairy tale, Snow White feels like an expensive but lifeless imitation. The film introduces new songs by Pasek and Paul, but they lack the charm and staying power of Disney's best compositions. The most prominent addition, Waiting on a Wish, is serviceable but forgettable, failing to reach the emotional heights of classics like Someday My Prince Will Come. While some of the added plot points, such as Snow White's moral struggles or Jonathan's rebel group, could have been intriguing, they are executed with little depth, making the film feel longer than its 109-minute runtime. Snow White is yet another example of Disney's live-action remakes failing to justify their existence beyond nostalgia-driven marketing. While Zegler does her best with the material and there are occasional moments of visual appeal, the film lacks the magic, emotional resonance, and craftsmanship of the original. Instead, it offers a muddled message on inspired music and a plasticky aesthetic that feels more suited to a Disneyland ride than a cinematic experience. But if you're really a fan of the franchise, you may try it once. Okay, now let's move on. See, it's a myth that John Abraham is all about action. I know you still remember him for Dostana and some other films, but he's a diverse person. Films like Madras Cafe, Parmanu and Water have showcased his emotional depth as well. In his latest release, The Diplomat, he steps into the role of a diplomat for the first time in his career. Directed by Shivam Nair, the film is based on an incredible true story of an Indian diplomat called J.D. Singh, who helped rescue an Indian girl trapped in Buner, Pakistan. So, John and I chat up on live cinema, this film, Super League and so much more. So I watched this movie Diplomat and I'm reminded of this very interesting thing that I saw on the internet, John. Diplomacy is the art of telling people to go to hell in a way that they actually ask you for directions.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. You know, this quote is so interesting. Man, that should have been the opening of our film. We were looking for an interesting quote. Of course, we got a nice one, but this is very interesting.
It is.
And I think it's true.
It is.
I think it's very true because that's what we do. That's what diplomats do.
That's what.
They fight fire all the time with words.
But without the ammunition.
Without the ammunition.
Yeah. Somebody told me कि आपको तो कपड़े भी बहुत यहाँ तक के दिए गए थे so that your skin wouldn't show. That's an interesting thing.
I think first, very important, my director Shivam Nair got me to meet the real JP Singh.
Right.
तो मैं उनसे मिला. Secondly, you know, diplomacy is about words and it's not about actions as much. Actions means metaphoric, literally action.
Cool.
So I had to actually, which very few people know, and this is the first time I'm saying it, I also observed the way JP Singh walked. So I tried to the best of my ability with my physicality to walk a certain way where you don't look like a hero. You look like the character. I made an honest attempt in my gait. Outside of that,
क्या था उनकी गेट में ऐसी क्या बात है?
So when he's walking, first of all, diplomats वैसे नहीं चलते.
Correct.
They don't walk like guys who've come out of a gym.
Yeah.
You know, and John Abraham has that image. You know that. So I think they're thinking people. So when they walk, most of the times उनकी आँखों में जो होता है, they're always. I use the word because my director uses that word correctly. They're always searching. They're always searching. They're looking at you. हंसी मजाक में अगर आपने कुछ pointed सवाल मुझसे पूछा, तो चलते चलते वो देखिए क्या सवाल पूछा है, क्यों पूछा है. You know, they're thinking 40 steps ahead and 5 different permutations.
Because they're representing a nation.
Correct.
They're not just a person.
Correct. And you are not speaking on your behalf. You're speaking on a country's behalf.
There's an interesting thing about negotiation. It's an MBA management concept. Okay, what is a good negotiation? A good negotiation is one where no one wins.
Wow.
Where no one wins. And when two nations are at verbal war, the art of negotiation and negotiation in such a way that it doesn't end up in war is so important.
It's amazing. Yeah. I'm learning a lot when I'm listening to you. It's fantastic. Yeah, that's great. Well said.
Thank you. If you were to say anything कि ये negotiation या diplomacy में अगर आप कुछ चीज़ें रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में काम में ला सकते हैं, वो क्या होंगी?
I think personal life, to get out of a situation. Because your personal life, and I don't mean necessarily a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife life. I mean, आपकी जो personal ज़िंदगी में जो होता है हर रोज़ पे, you're always fighting a battle. You're always fighting. तो वहाँ पे diplomacy सबसे important होता है. अगर आपको कोई चीज़ चाहिए लाइफ में, अगर आप कहीं पे जा रहे हो, आप अपने प्रोड्यूसर से बात कर रहे हो, मेरे स्टूडियो से बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, तो डिप्लोमेसी की बहुत ज़रूरत होती है वहाँ पे कि यार मुझे पता है कि शायद फिल्म नहीं चलेगी लेकिन या चलेगी फिल्म, लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से आपको तो ये तो करना चाहिए. तो you know, there's a way of talking.
You plant something in his mind.
You plant something in his mind and leave it there for it to fester. अगर आप डायरेक्टली अगर आप हीरो की तरह अंदर घुसोगे और बोलोगे कि मेरे डिमांड्स ये है, तो कोई नहीं सुनेगा.
वो कहेंगे go to hell. And also tell you directions.
और इसराइल और हमास में वही हो रहा है ना.
Exactly, yeah.
मेरे डिमांड्स ये, मेरे डिमांड्स वो है, मेरे डिमांड्स ये, मेरे डिमांड्स वो है. So no one is really listening, which is why poor people are dying.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Let's talk about your love for sports. कब से मैं देख रही हूँ and as a part of many other organizations also.
Yeah.
ये हमेशा रहता था कि जॉन एक्टर तो हैं लेकिन sports or extracurricular या just harnessing young men's energy into something which has direction.
And women, because we have a women's football team.
Ah,
So
I play
yes.
football, huh?
You do? What position?
So I'm a layman footballer. I
Ah.
like the idea of football. Feel a certain strength in your
Yeah, totally.
mind, body, and
Yeah,
body
yeah,
language.
yeah. You have to be a team player. वो
Yeah.
बहुत important होता है. और दूसरी चीज जो स्पोर्ट्स आपको सिखाती है, that is how to lose graciously.
Yeah.
कि अगर आप हारो, shake the opponent's hand and say I've lost, but I'm going to come back and fight you again.
Yeah.
That's very. और वो sport teaches you that.
Yeah.
That you won't learn anywhere else except in sport. और मैं फुटबॉल प्लेयर था.
Yeah.
I played A division football. उसके बाद of course मैं इंडिया के लिए नहीं खेला. मैंने पढ़ाई की उस टाइम पे क्योंकि there was no money in football. So now I have a football team, North East United FC, जो North East के region में है. 7 sisters and 1 little brother.
Right.
Sikkim is now the 1 little brother.
Brother.
7 sisters. So बहुत मज़ा आता है when I represent that region क्योंकि मैं उसी टाइम पे आया जहाँ पे no one cared about the North East.
Yeah. Yeah.
And luckily, and this is what I must give credit where it's due, 2014 say there was a lot of initiatives of the Prime Minister to look Northeast.
Right.
So that suddenly came into the fore. और मेरे football team के through I want to get Northeast into the mainstay of India. Yeah.
But आप बहुत शुरू से invested हैं इसमें. कितने साल हो गए आपकी?
मेरे इस फुटबॉल में 11 साल हो गए. I own a football team
Yeah.
for 11 years और वो बहुत ही लोग बोलते हैं ना कि मैं सबके साथ मजाक करता हूँ यार आपके पास इतनी महंगी गाड़ी है आप क्यों लेते हो यार डिप्रिशिएट होता है गाड़ी और ये क्यों लेते हो वो ये वॉच क्यों लेते हो बोले भाई तुम्हारे पास फुटबॉल टीम है चुप रहो सो दे टेल मी सो इट्स एन एक्सपेंसिव दिस बट मुझे स्पोर्ट बहुत ही पसंद है आई लव स्पोर्ट आई लिव फॉर स्पोर्ट
John, you are the UN ambassador for refugees.
जी.
And now even diplomat की कहानी अगर देखी जाए तो एक तरह से refugee ही हो गई ना वो लड़की जो
Correct.
हिंदुस्तान की थी पाकिस्तान में
Absolutely.
उसकी
Correct.
शादी हुई.
Yeah.
She's a political refugee एक तरह से हो गई.
Absolutely. वो तो एम्बेसी में थी 21-22 दिन के लिए.
Yeah.
She could not get out.
And that's a no man's zone in a way.
It's literally a no man's zone.
Yeah. So talk about you being the refugee. ये सफर आपका कहाँ से शुरू हुआ और कैसे चेंज किया इसने आपको? हाई पॉइंट्स क्या रहे?
Yeah, I think 15 साल हो गए अभी. For 15 years. तो मैं रेफ्यूजी से मिलता हूँ एक आध बार जो ईरान से आए जो हमारे जो रोहिंग्याज है जो सूडान से आए आई मीट ऑल रेफ्यूजीज ज़्यादातर दिल्ली में लेकिन अफसोस की बात ये है कि दे डू नॉट गेट वर्क परमिट्स सो दे कांट वर्क यू नो द ड्रिल तो काफ़ी मुश्किल होता है उनके हालात इतने अच्छे नहीं होते इट्स हार्ट ब्रेकिंग दे कांट दे और ये मैं कैमरा पे कहना चाहूँगा कि लोगों का मिसकंसेप्शन होता है कि रेफ्यूजीज वांट टू स्टे इन योर कंट्री दे डू नॉट वांट टू लिव इन योर कंट्री दे वांट टू गो बैक होम इट इज़ ओनली अ स्टॉप कैप अरेंजमेंट दैट दे वांट टू स्टे हियर और वो जो व्हेन दे वांट टू स्टे हियर मैं मानता हूँ कि इज्जत से उनको जीने दो हमारे मेहमान हैं देयर इन आवर कंट्री मेक दिस देयर होम फॉर देम So when they go back, they say this was a beautiful place. मैं वही मानता हूँ लेकिन अगर आप उनको segregate करके रखोगे I'm not one of those. So I really believe that. क्योंकि सबको अगर आप सीरिया देखो फलस्तीन देखो सीरिया देखो people Syria is getting bombed here there लोग दूसरे देशों में जाते हैं Syrians उनको वहाँ रहना पसंद है नहीं they want to go back home they want to go back to Syria everybody wants to go back home so Just give it a thought. मेरा हिस्ट्री भी वैसे ही कुछ है अतिका मेरे ग्रैंडफादर मम्मी के साइड से ईरान से आए तो उस वक्त पे वो यज़्द करके एक जगह है शिराज और यज़्द उस जगह से बाय बोट ही केम इन 1939 तो ईरान से आए तो इन अ वे वो भी बाहर से आए थे मेरे ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर मेरे पिताजी के साइड से सीरिया से आए सो ही लैंडेड ऑन द शोर्स ऑफ केरला तो एक वो होता है कि आप का एक भारी इन्फ्लुएंस भी होता है लेकिन ऑफ कोर्स आई एम बोर्न एंड ब्रॉट अप हियर बट द कल्चर्स यू सी इट यू फील इट इसके लिए मेरी अगली फिल्म जो मैं कर रहा हूँ उसका नाम तेहरान है
तेहरान
तो उसके लिए मुझे फारसी जो वहाँ का लैंग्वेज है दरीज अफगानीज इट्स अ डायलेक्ट ऑफ फारसी I had to learn Farsi. So learning Farsi was beautiful because अगर आप languages को देखो तो एक तो बंगाली बहुत ही प्यारी लैंग्वेज है स्पेनिश ब्यूटीफुल लैंग्वेज फारसी ब्यूटीफुल लैंग्वेज सो व्हेन यू स्पीक फारसी और वो फिल्म में मैंने डीनू विजयन ने मैडॉक फिल्म्स ने प्रोड्यूस करा है उस फिल्म को It's called Tehran और वो next मेरी अगली release है. Again human story, beautiful story. तो उसके लिए फारसी और हिब्रू जो Israelis जो so I've learned both the languages.
Yeah, oh how nice.
We have made religion a weapon.
It is, yeah.
जो बहुत खराब चीज़ है. Just stop making it a weapon.
Yes.
Internalize it. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Don't make it a weapon.
Yes. And Lord Krishna says, be the same at all times. दुख में भी वैसे ही, सुख में भी वैसे ही.
Yeah.
अगर इंसान अपने मन पे काबू करना सीख ले, जैसे आपने बड़े अच्छे से अपने मन पे काबू किया हुआ है. दुनिया में कुछ भी हो रहा है, but John is John.
Especially when I see a motorcycle. Then I am what I am.
Okay,
Then
now
दुनिया
I'm
में जो हो
talking
रहा
to
है
the
वो हो रहा
guy
है.
here.
Just-
What is it between men and bikes, yeah? John?
I don't know. I don't know.
क्या है?
I guess most men love motorcycles, except for some men whose mothers have told them not to ride because they'll get hurt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, most men love motorcycles.
Tell me a crazy bike story of your life.
A very sweet little girl wanted to shoot a photograph with me. I was all ready till she put, without my permission, she put her heels on my motorcycle and scratched it. Over, finished. Finito.
Finito.
End of the story. You don't touch my motorcycle.
What did you do to her?
Nothing. I just didn't. I said, don't do this. This is not done.
It is. Yeah, this is wrong, yeah.
Yeah,
It's rude.
it hurt me.
It hurt. Don't hurt his bike. It hurts his heart.
But the best story about riding जो आज तक मैंने किया है, there's an island called the Isle of Man. It's
Wow.
between England and Ireland. छोटा सा island है. 36 miles का जो उसका जो ये है circumference. And there's a race once a year that happens there. 6 laps. It's called the Isle of Man TT.
Wow.
तो उसके ऊपर खैर मैं एक फिल्म भी कर रहा हूँ. But the beauty of that island is एक road है, straight road, 3 kilometers long. So the craziest story. तो वहाँ पे allowed था मुझे, I could ride at whatever speed. So I did 305 kilometers an hour. जो मुझे लगा काफी fast है, right? 305 is fast.
Yeah.
But a guy passed me at 350. Boom!
Oh God.
So that's the beauty. Beauty of speed and
Speed,
I love
yeah.
that.
But
वो
please-
मुझे बहुत पसंद है, लेकिन
यहाँ
इंडिया में
नहीं,
मत
मत करो,
करो,
please.
प्लीज और हेलमेट पहनो, बहुत
Yeah,
इम्पोर्टेंट है.
yeah. Great. Wow. So please watch Diplomat. I loved the film. And John, whatever you do in your life, please know that you're protected by a force that people can call him anything, but there's a force of goodness around you and with you that will always be.
Thank you, Atika. Thank you,
Thanks.
thank you.
And recently invited by World Economic Forum as the young global leader for a leadership and global policy program at Harvard Kennedy School, Bhumi Pednekar continues to expand her influence beyond cinema, engaging with global leaders on governance and sustainability. A trailblazer in films, she debuted with Dum Laga Ke Haisha and broke barriers with Toilet Prem Katha, Shubh Mangal Savdhan and Sant Ki Aankh, which I quite liked, and later making waves with the feminist comedy Thank You for Coming. When we met, she spoke about Yash Raj Films' impact on her career, the importance of sexuality for women, and why, despite being a politician's daughter, politics never appealed to her. Bhumi, I want to start with something that Penelope Cruz had said. It's a very interesting quote. The most difficult thing in the world is to start a career known only for your looks, and then to try to become a serious actress. No one will take you seriously once you are known as the pretty woman. It is so profound.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this?
I think I completely agree with her, because I have seen, great actors in the past that have gotten that status after many, many years, and them constantly trying to kind of find their place where they're like, you know what, I am a face that you guys admire, that my audience admires, but I also have the talent. Obviously, my journey has been the exact
opposite.
opposite of it. So I feel like the grass is always greener on the other side. Even for me, like I feel like once they think like you're a serious actor, for some reason the glamorous, the vain parts don't come to you, and I don't feel vanity is wrong. And I enjoy beauty, fashion, glamour a lot. But yeah, I feel like both the thoughts are extremely profound.
Somebody had said famously, well-behaved women don't make history. Would that be true?
Absolutely, I feel that would be true for everything that I've done, because most of my characters in their journeys have broken every social norm possible.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty similar in my life as well. I have not adhered to any stereotype, any conditioning that जो मेरे पे थोपी गई थी. You know, I've always tried to break that. And if you want to make people uncomfortable, there will be opinions, and your everything that you do will be questioned. तो वो तो वैसे ही question करते
Questions
हैं.
के तो
वो तो
झपड़ी लगी
वैसे ही
है.
करते हैं. So rather bring about a change.
Yeah. I recently watched Afwah.
Yes.
And Bhumi, I can't tell you how proud of you I was that day for the choice of films that
Thank
you're
you.
choosing. How proud of you I was of you for your conviction in filmmaking. How do you prepare for your performance? Is there a
Every role is different. And there are some times where I don't prepare. There are some times that I really have to prepare.
Okay.
One thing that I do work on is I just work on the psyche of the character. That is a constant. You know, कि कौन है ये, कहाँ से आया है, क्यों ये ऐसे सोचता है, इसके कॉम्प्लेक्सेस क्या है, इसकी रिलेशनशिप अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, भाई बहन, लवर, खुद के साथ, ये खुद को रिस्पेक्ट करता है, नहीं करता है, अप्रिशिएट करता है. सो आई हैव लाइक अ certain things that I question, that I ask
The backstory of your
that I
character.
ask the character, and I find most of my answers while performing because of this backstory.
Listen, Bhumi, I'm loving your black leather
Thank
skirt. You love fashion, right?
Like you do.
I love it. This online thing, यार, ये कितना खर्चा है इसमें?
I know. मैं तो full time add to cart. मैं कोशिश करती हूँ कि मैं चीज़ें खरीदूँ ना, because I'm just trying to be responsible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually my favorite pastime. मैं add to cart करती रहती हूँ, खरीदती कुछ नहीं हूँ.
There have been a string of such movies in the past. First, there was Veere Di Wedding. There was Lipstick Under My Burqa. There is your Thank You for Coming. All of these projects have 4 girls, their friendships and their stories. Why do you think it's only now, in the last 2 years, that these movies are being made and people see a reasonable amount of commerce in such projects?
I feel like because, you know, the female audience has been ignored for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And they are your ticket goers as well. And it's high time that we make films for our female audience. Look at what Barbie has done. We are also one of the youngest populations in the world.
Yeah.
And half of it are women. So it will be high injustice if we don't service that population and that mindset.
True.
Yes, it's a market that people stay away from, they are scared of, and they get nervous about, but I feel like that's changing.
And while we sit here, it is Yash Raj's
Yes.
office, it's in Andheri, and your initial years of your
Started
career.
right here.
What is your fondest memory of this company and, you know, all of these actors, you know, you name them and
You know,
they-
I have honestly grown up over here. This has
Yeah?
been my school, my university. This is where I transitioned from being a teenager to a young woman. My first ever job, my first paycheck has come from here. My first film has come from here.
Yeah.
I just have way too many memories. But obviously, my fondest would be the day I signed my contract for Yadam Laga Ke Haisha.
Yeah.
Nothing can ever beat that moment. But I remember we were casting for Rocket Singh, and it was the first time I saw Ranbir Kapoor, and I was like starstruck. And around that time, Shah Rukh sir had kind of started coming into the studio because Jab Tak Hai Jaan was kind of starting off, and you know, और मैं ना दूर से खड़ी होके देख रही थी यश जी and Shah Rukh sir, Adi sir and Ranbir. मैंने कहा भूमि, look where you are. Who would have thought that, you know, you are going to see these
Yeah.
4 legends, you know, and I was a very big Ranbir Kapoor fan, and Shah Rukh sir, तो मतलब I'm his, I love SRK. And I was like, you know, look at, and I was just wondering, क्या conversation हो रही होगी इनके बीच. But honestly, I feel like the biggest privilege for me was when I heard such varied directors. I got access to their brains, to their vision. You know what they want to do, what they don't want to do. I had access to that information. I feel that was my biggest learning.
And do you agree, like Yash Raj recently made a film, The Family,
The Great Indian
The
Family.
Great Indian Family. Dhak Dhak is a film that doesn't have this jingoistic version of feminism, but I think it's going to go a long way in educating men about what really women want.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. It's also one big education for
Yes.
men, you know, when it comes to understanding the opposite gender. What, in your opinion, is the long-term purpose of your film?
The long-term purpose of my films is to bend gender norms. Yes, there is entertainment. But my films are going to be a part of a larger change. What does Thank You for Coming speak of? Thank You for Coming speaks against the shame that women are put through every decision of their life. Just because I like fashion, glamour and beauty, that does not mean I'm a frivolous person.
Yeah.
Just because I go out at night or I have friends that I party with does not mean I'm a person who lacks substance. There's generational social conditioning that we have been put through. That a girl who's empowered is dangerous. Women should not have choices. We have to fight for our choices. We have to fight for our place everywhere. There's a very small percentage of women that are genuinely living the life on their own terms.
Yeah.
The problem is that the rules are different for men and women.
Yeah.
When a man speaks about his sexuality, it is taken in stride. There's nothing vulgar, obscene or anything that makes uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But when a woman does that, suddenly there are so many adjectives that are attached to her. People are like, oh, this is not the only thing that is empowering. I disagree.
Yeah.
So many women don't even know that sexual desire, the want or liberation or their sexuality is as much of a right of theirs as it is
Yeah.
of the man's.
And lastly, Bhumi, your father was the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Labour Minister of Maharashtra. You lost him at a very early
Yes.
age, and your mother after that, and he had oral cancer,
Yes.
and your mother became an anti-tobacco activist.
Yes.
Would you like to recall the memories of your father and his achievements?
He touched so many lives that, you know, till date, I think my sister and I get so much love because of all the work that he did. I feel a lot of my jazba in life to give back. You know, the films that I do or all the work that I do off screen comes from my father as well, because he was that person. He was a charismatic leader who achieved a lot in a very young time, and at a very young age and in a very small time.
And you never thought of coming into politics because your father was a politician?
No, I don't think so. I am very happy being an actor. This is my way of service. And my mother also has touched many lives. You know, she does a lot of social work. She works a lot with cancer patients actually.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, I think I've had a set of most amazing parents that have like brought us up so well.
And that's a wrap for today. Before we sign off, let's take a moment to honor Shaheed Divas on 23rd of March, a day that reminds us of the supreme sacrifice made by Shaheed Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru for our nation's freedom. और इस weekend मनोज कुमार की film Shaheed जरूर देख लीजिएगा. With this, I say goodbye, and the entire team here says goodbye to you. Have a great weekend. See you next week.